Hello, BSTM 2B. 2B Bajak, sure. Okay, so this is the first part of your recorded lecture for understanding the self using the philosophical perspective. I know that you're probably asking me, Ma'am, yan na nadigiri slides. Wait lang, i-provide ko after you watch this, the recorded lecture. If you notice, I said, hello, BSTM 2B. I recorded a lecture per section kasi sabal-sabali ti progression nyo on how you understand my subject. Okay, so a brief recap, we tackled Socrates, that's 1, 2, Plato, 3, Saint Augustine, 4, Descartes, 5, Locke, 6, Hume, 7, Kant, and then 8 would be Freud. Okay? I don't know if you can see it. So, tinatakal tayo so far is from the ancients, we have Socrates and Plato. Medieval, we have Saint Augustine. For the moderns, we have Descartes, Locke, Hume, Kant, and Freud. Kasi sinig ko kasi feeling ko hindi niya nakikita. Okay. So we know that from Socrates, the self is kaluluwa. Self is soul. For Plato, self is body and soul. Okay? But how we described it is this, di ba? So ni Plato, soul, but he has 3 structures. The tripartite, or just comfortable, talong structure, kung nailan to kanyakon. We have reason, spirit, or passion, and then we have physical appetite. I'm sure hanimit masapol nga i-define ko pa lang kasi amo yung todetan. Next, we have Saint Augustine. Okay, one of my classes, the agriculture, they asked me, dapat makita so mga parang kasit. One of my classes in agriculture, they asked me, Ma'am, timet nakakabili jacket, soul, body, and spirit. Okay, to explain, just in case anyone asks met, kasi nagdamag na kanot slide, sa bali kanot answer this slide. Dati may bagak. Remember, the self is body and soul. Kuna ni Agustin. Ngayon, di ba he has 3 components? The 3 components is memory, understanding, and will. Okay? Ulitin ka. Like Plato, Saint Augustine has 3 parts. Memory, understanding, and will. Di ba timbagak how to be a good self according to Plato, ayusin mo yung kalidad ng inyong kaluluwa. Para kay Saint Augustine, balance yung tatlo, pero ang pagmamahal sa Diyos ang higit sa lahat. Tatandi namang nahanyak. Where is spirit there, ma'am? Spirit is that. Ang pagmamahal sa Diyos, higit sa lahat. But it's still 2 components. Body and soul latta. Gets tayo? Okay. Next, we have Descartes. So, since BSTM 2B, you guys are all advanced, I'm going to show you a more advanced understanding of Descartes kasi I'm really amazed. Kaya nga pick upin and I'm really proud. Okay. For Descartes, like I said, a lot of you wrote mind-body dualism, solipsism, kada cogito, ay res cogito, kada res extensa, kada cogito ergo sum. But, I'm going to show you an explanation. Remember, timba kanya yung for Plato, Socrates, and Augustine. Okay? Magkita tayo mit lang. Feeling ko kanyo magkita. Para king kuana, para kanya nga talo, body and soul as the self is already given. Kumbaga, it's non-debatable, non-negotiable, nga ti self tayo ket body and soul. Para kanya da nga talo. But like I said last class tayo, what Descartes did nga mean is, by showing DJ thinking thing, he posed the question, are you sure? Sigurado ka ba? Han lang nga basta-basta nga given nga siya ket body, siya ket soul. Dapat I need to defend that answer. That is the thinking thing. So we have Descartes. The self is thinking thing. Okay? Self is thinking thing according to Descartes. Can you guys see it? Okay. Tatan. A lot of you are probably thinking, Ma'am, how did he cause specifically the mind-body dualism? It can't just be that kasi lang kasimple nga. Gapot ta tinapanunot nan ket he is a thinking thing, nag-separate ti mind ket body. Kasla nag-complicated, di ba? Ngayon, dito diba kanyayo? He established the concept called universal methodic doubt. Kaya, ulitek. Universal methodic doubt. So, what is universal methodic doubt? I'll give you an example. Kumbaga, do you know how diamonds are chosen? So, what they do is, ada duwano kwa nga diamonds. Nagpangit di drawing ko, so forgive me. So, the duwano kwa nga diamonds, pag tinimugen da suda nga dua, okay, magigets tayo, the dua nga diamonds, pag tinimugen na suda nga dua, tapos, no, sino ti mabati nga haan nga maperdi, isunukot na pigpigsa. Gets tayo? Now, panunutem ti kasjay iti universal methodic doubt. Basically, it is this. There will be two concepts. So, two concepts. So, you have, for example, concept A plus concept B. Okay? Two concepts ha. Like the two diamonds, pag tinimugen tayo, isuda. Now, who is the strongest concept will remain. Isunukot usto nga answer. Ulitek ha. The universal methodic doubt is doubting to the point that you get something that is the most certain. Kasla do nga diamond, nga pag tinimugem, tapos tay mabati ket di kapipigsaan nga diamond, isunukwat ususto nga answer. So like two concepts, pagbinang gaem, no sino ti pinaka-certain kanyada, isunukwat answer. Ulitek ha, pagbanggaem ti dua nga concept, no sino ti pinaka-certain, isunukwat usto nga answer, usto nga concept. That's basically meaning the universal methodic doubt. Kasla grade reduce ka lang kumbaga. Kasla anapiti mayat ko nga example. Napadasan nyo ba iti nagsaing kay bagas? Di ugasan nyo, di ba? Mamin ano yung isuna nga ugasan until ay mamin ano yung basain DJ bagas before nga makonsider ginadalos. Kasla kasjay. Gets tayo? Ulit-ulitin tayo until the most DJ answer ng room market DJ most certain, most pure, most non-doubtable talaga. Actually, titawag ni Descartes kadeta is indubitable. Punyemas. You don't need to know that anymore. Ngayon deta no tawag na. Indubitable. I-N-D-U-B-I-T-A-B-L-E. Indubitable. Gets tayo universal methodic doubt. Okay? Tatan, this is the part where I discuss nga discuss the mind-body dualism. So this is what happened ngayon. Syempre, he did a universal methodic doubt in knowing the self. So he wanted to ask, what is the most certain about myself? Okay? What is the most certain about myself? He started to ask that to himself. So, inikat na the equation ni Socrates and Plato, because how can you prove that you have a body? How can you prove that you have a soul? Handa nga ma-prove. So, inikat na digijay nga equation. So, using the universal methodic doubt, inikat na ni body, inikat na ni soul. Kasi you cannot prove it. How can you prove that it is for sure the most certain answer? Okay? Inikat na pa iti senses. So, wala na rin ang senses. Kasi para sa kanya, the senses can be doubted. Malamig sa'yo, sa kanya warm. Warm sa kanya, sa'yo hot. Hanya certain. Isupet ko na. What happened is this. The most undeniable or most certain truth that he came up with is that he is a thinking thing. That the most undeniable truth king kuana. Madoubt na aminin, ngayon he cannot doubt that he is thinking. Apay, kasi the very exercise nga agdadoubt suna, he's already thinking. So he cannot doubt that he is a thinking thing. Kasi the very exercise nga agdadoubt suna is already a process of thinking. So this is the only thing he found to be the most certain, that he is a thinking thing. So how did this contribute to the mind-body dualism? Remember when I said the mind-body dualism nga meaning ket separate the mind, separate the body. That time, because Descartes questioned everything, posed the question, how do you know? How are you sure? How are you certain that this is the answer? So wait lang, the answer. That time, because he posed the question, Descartes posed the question, how are you sure, Garod? How are you certain? But the only thing undoubtable or indubitable or the pinaka-certain is he is a thinking thing. So what happens to the body? Diba na disregarded? Body, soul na disregarded. Body, soul. Mind is separate na. That's the mind-body distinction. Insina na ni mind from the body. Prioritize natin mind. Because he thinks it's the most uncertain, therefore it is the priority. Okay? Because he thinks it is the most certain, he thinks it is the priority. But in doing so, sineperate na ni mind and body. Okay? That's the mind-body distinction. Mind-body dualism. Gets tayo? That's Descartes. Okay. Now, let's go to Kant. And BSTM 2B, I am so proud of you. Nga, a lot of you were curious about Kant and a lot of you could talaga kaya yung igaman no, that concept ni Kant. And I'm really proud. Okay, so malagip yung team bagak is we have rationalism and empiricism. Okay? So, di ba ni rationalism, knowledge comes from reason. So, you have thinkers like Descartes ito eh. Para king kuha na ngamin, di ba? Knowledge comes from reason. You're a thinking thing sa mind mo. Empiricism is when knowledge comes from sensory experiences. So, we have thinkers like Hume. Now, in order to know something, you have to feel it. Perception. And di ba I said, what Kant contributed is he tried to connect rationalism and empiricism. Okay, ha? Kant tried to connect rationalism and empiricism. And remember when I gave the example of the transcendental self nga, hindi mo kailangan ramdaman or karanasan or ranasin mo in order to know that it is good or it is bad. Kasla ni murder, ngayon bagak. Nga dinamag ko kanyayo, uri man nakapatay kay bat taon. Diba? Majority of you guys said no. But you know that taking a life is wrong. The same thing, that's the concept of the transcendental. Haan mo nga masapol nga iggaman, haan mo masapol nga riknain, ngimam mo nga isut kondisyon kung paano ka dapat umunawa at mag-isip. Transcendental. Okay, so since you guys are very, very advanced, dadi tinubrak. I'm going to explain to you how transcendental works because transcendental self is different but transcendental aesthetic sa bali man day yan. Ngayon, if you are bored ka kadating apart, you can skip it, it's okay. Hopefully I'll put tabs no yan na nga part di kayat yung mapapanan. So transcendental aesthetic is this. Okay. Transcendental from Kant. Okay? Di ba I told you he tried to unify empiricism and rationalism. What he did was he acknowledged ni Kant, unlike ni Descartes, di ba, in disregard not body, in disregard not the sensory experiences as a form of knowledge, rationalism lang. Ni Kant, he still acknowledged the empirical self. Okay? He still acknowledged the empirical self. Ibig sabihin, para king kuana, yes, knowledge still comes from sensory experiences. There is still a part of us nga, in order to learn something, it comes from the senses. Para king kuana, yes, that's still possible. Ngem, kunana, adala ta transcendental self. So, ni transcendental self kay Jim bagak nga, there are conditions of knowledge nga you don't need to feel something in order to know that it is right or wrong, di ba? That's transcendental, meaning ki transcendental. So, can't ko explain that deeper, but if you're not interested to know that bagbagam ma'am and I just want to know about the lecture, you can skip this part, it's not necessary, don't worry. But if you're just really interested lang, you can listen, okay lang. Okay, so transcendental is this. According to Kant, because he not loved, but he still acknowledged the empirical self. Or DJ, kakayahan nating kumuha ng knowledge ayon pa rin sa perceptions, he made a distinction though. Nagaramid sunati category kumbaga. So, transcendental analytic. Okay? Transcendental analytic. Kasanagado, di ba? So, the transcendental analytic is that, para king kuana, I think I'll just draw this. For example, makarikna kalatta. Maybe I'll, kasto. Kaya tugaw. Mariknak deti tugaw. Okay? Nasakit, natangken. Okay? Para kini Kant, the same thing met lang. Makarikna tayo ti things, we can experience stuff, we can still get knowledge from those experiences. Digiti sensory experiences. We can still get knowledge sa mga nararamdaman natin. You can still get, kunana. You can still get. You can still get. But, in a transcendental analytic, the analytic na part is, according king Kuana, the mind tayo, i-organize na, amin nga marikrik na tayo, amin nga maramramdaman tayo. So, we organize it, organize plus structure it, and then, what comes out is knowledge of that certain thing. Okay. Malagip yun din imbagak nga ni Descartes ket. In order to know something, para king kuana ket pag-iisip, kailangan nga this is the answer because I am certain that this is the answer. And how do I do that? Through reason. Ni Hume, how do I know that this is the answer? I need to feel it, to sense it with my experiences, to know that it is the answer. Okay? Now, para kini Kant, he acknowledges that knowledge can come from sensory experience. We organize and structure those experiences, and what comes out is the knowledge. Kunana lang. Knowledge of that certain thing. But, dito iti problem ng baganan. For example, leti chair. Mariknak nga tugaw. Diyan ka mo na makita yun yung tugaw deta. Mariknak nga tugaw. Mariknak. Tugawak and everything. Kapag mariknak nga tugaw, di mind ko, you're organized na in structure nga, sige na tangken, white the color na, ada pagtugawan na, therefore tugaw. Okay? But this is what Kant did. In-acknowledge na, nga even if na-organize tayo and na-structure tayo and we came with an answer, we never know the thing in itself. Gets tayo? We never know the thing in itself. So, ibig sabihin, alam ko na upuan to. Ayon sa akin. Ayon sa akin lang. But we do not know the thing in itself. Okay? So, ulitek, how the transcendental analytic works. But, you can skip this. I told you, no, marigatan ka talaga. It's okay, I understand you. You don't need to watch this whole entire lecture, dito lang apart and be like, Ma'am, jak kayatin. You can skip me. It's fine. So, mariknak na tugaw, makitak na tugaw. Makitak nga dapag tugawan na, mariknak nga dapag tugawan na. All that facts, I gather it in my mind. My mind organizes and structures those, and then I come with the answer that therefore, this is a chair. But, it is only a chair for me. Ayon lang sa akin. But I do not know the thing in itself. Okay? Good. So, nagets tayo aming DJ. If you skip DJ, it's okay. That wasn't part of the lecture specifically. And if you didn't, so I'm glad you stayed enough to understand that. So for those who skip, this is the second part of nagets yung bagak about mind-body dualism, nga nagsina ti rational, nagsina the empiricism, the empirical self, or rationalism nga knowledge comes from reason only, empiricism, knowledge comes from sensory experiences only. Ken gapo ni Kant, nagsina dijay, mind-body dualism. Okay? Now, let's go to Freud. Yung parang eraser ko. Okay. Sorry. So, we have Freud next. So, if you have your slides, so you know the year already and everything. Para kay ni Freud, the self is a team of impulses, instinct and everything. Okay? And then, just like Plato, just like Saint Augustine, he also has 3 parts. So the 3 parts is, syempre ako sumumbat kasi it's recorded. We have ego, id, and the superego. So ni id is your impulses or instincts. So kaslamit lang ken ni Plato nga physical appetite. So we can liken this to physical appetite. Okay? We can liken it to physical appetite. Nimet ego is your reason. So, padamit lang kini Plato, your ego is your reason. Now, dito iti nakana nga concept na in-acknowledge ni Freud. According king kuana ngamin, nagadudi gijay ugali, nagadudi gijay experiences, nagadudi gijay knowledge that doesn't come exactly from us, but is internalized by us. What does that mean? You have your influences like your school, culture, morality, values that come from your family. He calls that the superego. So, basically, it's that. Morality or consciousness. Morality ba? Wala consciousness. Basta morality. Nga, these are the internalized so the values kada beliefs. Nga, I have a big example of this. Kaslamit la abortion. Ningamin abortion ket, if you ask from the West or di gijay Purao, Americans, Europeans, mostly di gijay ti value the ket right to self-preservation or right nga freedom, di freedom da, ti value the ket right to freedom, di ba? So, no, decide da based on whether it is right to kill a child or not. Para kanyada, it is right. Because yung value nila is right to freedom. Right to the self. Right to the preservation of the self. So, para kanyada, na-internalize the DJ nga value to the point nga, yung pagkatao nila, when they decide on the good and the bad na, yun yung basis nila. Okay, what about the East? Kanyata nga, di ba, nagdakkel ti influence kami ti religion kanya tayo. Na-internalize nga ron, pati democracy tayo, kada constitution, very religious, very Christian, very Catholic. So, para kanya tayo, no maikabil kanya tayo di question ti whether killing or abortion is right or wrong, ibaga tayo nga wrong. Because para kanya tayo, we believe in the right of life. Kasi na-internalize tayo di nga value. Di ibig sabihin ti superego. Yung mga values na parang hindi naman natin sila specifically na nakuha from direct experience. Pero because we're constantly influenced by them through our values, beliefs, culture, pamati, how we grew up, it shapes our consciousness. It shapes who we are. That's superego. Ulit ka. These are the internalized values, beliefs, culture, pamati. Comes from, nagigay an example ko tatay. That was a good example. I think so. Ngayon, if you have questions, please leave it in the comments. Ngayon, para kanya kit DJ. That's a good example of how the superego works. Nga, no, na-income ka the situation about whether it is right to abort a baby or not. For the West, it is because their superego that has the right to self or right of freedom of the self, okay lang. But for religious countries like us, nga ti superego tayo ket more on religion, Catholicism, Christianity, pampamati, it is wrong. So, when you make a decision, kuna ni Freud, you have your ego, you have your id, and your superego, kuna na. Usually, ni id, ken ni superego, aglablaban da nga dua. So, malagip yung ting bagak ken ni last lecture tayo nga ni Plato gamin ket. In order to be a good self, kailangan balanse yung tatlo. You have reason, spirit or passion, and physical appetite. Para ken ni Freud, you have id and superego, lablaban da, ang nagbabalanse is your reason. Ulitin ha, you have your id and superego, pero ang nagbabalanse is your ego. Okay. Gets? Syempre, walang sasagot kasi lecture online. Okay. So, we're officially done with the modern philosophers. So, according to Socrates, the self is the soul. Plato, the self is the body and soul. Saint Augustine, the self is the body and soul. Descartes, the self is a thinking thing. For Locke, the self is a conscious and remembering thing. For Hume, the self is a collection of all our perception or lahat ng mga nararamdaman natin ngayon. And for Kant, it is the transcendental and empirical self. And for Freud, it is a team of impulses. Okay, now let's go to the contemporary philosophers. Okay? For the contemporary philosophers, first we have, teka lang, okay, oh puta, sorry. Have Gilbert Ryle. Gilbert Ryle. Pindastagan na, di ba? Okay. Tatan ni Gilbert Ryle. Malagip yung ting bagak nga ni, para ken ni Descartes, kunanaket ang mind, mas prioritize na ti mind, kunak, di ba? Kasi it is the only certain thing. Para ken ni Ryle, data concept nga ti mind is the priority, but the mind is something immaterial, or hamo marikrik na unlike your sensory experiences, like your body. He calls that concept ghost in the machine. Okay. He calls that concept ghost in the machine. Kasi, para kingkwa na, teka lang pre, what do you mean na hindi natin nakahawakan ang ating pag-iisip? Pero, wrong nga rod, aming garod, gumigiggaman tayo. So, this is technically parang way nga pang criticize na lang ken Descartes. Nga kasalang bobo ka gago, you're a ghost in the machine. Kunana. So, deta the concept na ghost in the machine. The meaning that ghost in the machine is he doesn't believe nga the mind is something more prioritized than the body. And that it's an immaterial substance nga magical, nga kasla spirit, nga ghost nga rod. Nga hantay may gaman. Nga bigla-bigla latan nga Because it's the priority, it's the most certain thing, it controls our body like a machine. Kunana. So para kay ni Ryle, uto-uto daw yun na concept. Uto-uto daw yun na concept. So, para kay Kuana, the self is a concept. Wait, ako kayo introduce pala DJ. So, para kay Kuana, according to adunga scholars kano, he solved the mind-body dualism problem. Kano Yung anak mamati. He created the term logical behaviorism. Ma'am, what the fuck? Okay, ma'am, anong meaning na data? Okay, this is basic data. Suruan kayo because I lead by example, di ba? So, para kay ni Ryle, we still have a mind. The mind tayo kano, it has its own language. Own language. Okay? The mind has its own language kano, according kay ni Ryle. Tatan, DJ body tayo, or behavior, is a translation of that language. Okay, ulitin ka. Logical behaviorism. The mind, dati utek tayo, ada sarili na nga lengguwahe. And it translates through our actions or our body. I'll give you an example. So, for example, ni mind mo ibagbaga na nga makainumak. Makainumak talaga danumen, makainumak. So, your body or your behavior translates. What do you do? Bumaba ka, hinka dispenser, gumatang ka danom, or hinka mga baso, mga lakad danom. Gets tayo? Mind has its own language. May sariling lengguwahe. Yung behavior mo or yung katawan mo ang nagtra-translate yun na language. So how does it work? Your mind, makainumak. Okay, ma'am, ay mind ko, mabisina. Translates to the body. Ni body maggaraw. Mapan mangalat makan. Mapanagtagtad tilaya. Aglutot sinigang. Kasakas jay. Okay? So, the mind and body, according to Ryle, is not separate. Kunana, Descartes, putang ina mo, hindi separate. Mind and body is connected. Kunana. Dito yung pakita na nga the mind has its own language and your body translates that language. He solved kano, DJ problem ti mind-body dualism. The mind and body is connected. Kunana. The mind and body is connected according to the logical behavioralism. Okay? So, after all of that, how then does Gilbert Ryle define the self? Because the mind and body is connected, I'll give you this example. Para kay ni Ryle, if your actions, let's say your actions are good, actions or behavior is good, ibig sabihin, your mind is good. Kasi trina-translate lang naman niya kung ano yung nasa mind mo. If your behavior or actions is bad, your mind is bad. Because it's just translating what's inside your mind. Okay? So, no nagtakaw ka, ibig sabihin, sa utak mo masama kang tao. Kung masama ang ginagawa mo, ibig sabihin, ang trinatranslate ng utak mo ay masama kang tao. Di ba timbagakit yung mind may sarili siyang lengguwahe? Tapos yung katawan mo ang nagtra-translate yun na lengguwahe. So tiningkak ng example, ket mabisin ka, panunutin mo mabisin ka, your body translates that. You go downstairs, or inka rumwa, inka tadtadlaya, or inka gumatang timakan. So para kay Ryle, kung masama ang mga ginagawa mo, ibig sabihin, translate yan ng utak mo. Yung utak mo masama. So, for example, nasingpet ka nga tao, nasingpet di pa nagpanpanunot mo, nasingpet met nukot ubra. Maditpan nagpanunot mo, nadakis ka nga tao, nadakis met nukot ubra. Para king kuana, the self is behavioral. Gilbert Ryle. The self is behavioral. Okay? Gets tayo? Yes, ma'am. Okay, next. Actually, the last philosopher, and then we can do a recap. Actually, class, if you're listening right now, numalpas tayo detoy, we can go to the sociological perspective, which is easier and much more fun. Isot ko nada. Okay? So next, we have Patricia and Patrick Churchland dyan. Nalipatak na ganda. Let's just call them Churchland. If you have the copy of the slides, you know, the full name ni Churchland. You know the date. I gave it there. Para kini Churchland, when you do something, for example, the self is the product of brain activity and neural processes. Okay? Churchland, the self is the product of brain activity and neural processes. That's what they call neural philosophy. I don't exactly want to show you how this works because para kanyang it's unfair to teach something na I don't really know. If you're curious and you're really interested to know what neural philosophy is, please search it up, and if you can explain it, come to me. I really want to know. I also want to learn from you. So, the neural philosophy is basically maamuan tayo, tibagbagi tayo, or the knowledge of ourselves comes from brain activity, more scientific iso na. So, I'll post this question. I think it's in the slides eh. Paano mo alam na masama or mabuti ang isang tao? So, how would you know? How would you know if a person is good or bad? Let's use the two contemporary philosophers. So, for example, if we judge it by Ryle, para king kuana, you are a good person, mabuti kang tao, kung mabuti ang ginagawa mo. Para ken ni Churchland, mabuti or masama ang tao ayon sa kanyang neural activity. Ulitin ha, how do these two philosophers decide whether a person is good or bad? Ken ni Ryle, mabuti kang tao kung mabuti ang ginagawa mo. For Churchland, mabuti or masama ka ayon sa neural processes mo. More scientific iso na lang. Okay? That was all our understanding the self in the philosophical perspective. I'm proud of you guys for tackling it all. So, ulitin tayo. I think I'm gonna flash the slides here. So, the self, according to Socrates, the self is the soul, kaluluwa. According kay Plato, body and soul. Saint Augustine, body and soul. Descartes, a thinking thing. Kay Locke, conscious and remembering thing. Hume, a collection of all our perceptions or mga nararamdaman natin ngayon. Kay Kant, the empirical and transcendental self. For Freud, a team of impulses. For Ryle, the self is behavioral. And for Churchland, the self is a product of all our neural processes and activities. So thank you guys for listening to our first part of the lecture. Thank you BSTM2B. I'm very proud of you. You guys are one of the classes that actually was able to finish this first week of lecture in just 3 days. Wow. Tapos, you guys were all curious. You guys used keywords such as transcendental unity, kada cogito ergo sum res cogitans, and I'm proud of you. If one of you students were able to view even DJ Transcendental Analytic nga part, I'm proud of you. I'm amazed if you can understand that. Thank you talaga. Ngem, if you're not, do not worry. That's not in any part of our lecture. Ngem, if ever you're curious, you can come approach me no kwa in second floor tikas, and then you can keep asking me about it. But know that it's not part of our lecture. Kasla kumbaga special part la DJT lecture tayo. Like no kaya't mo lang maamuan no at meaning at transcendental talaga. So thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you ton Monday, Wednesday, jaka mo. And then we will tackle on the understanding the self through the sociological perspective. Okay, thank you.